Okay, YouTube, let me talk about an ailment that I had and the solution that I found, which really helped me. And that problem is gout. And it's a disease where you get an overload of uric acid, and the acid builds up in points in your body, which is typically your feet and quite frequently a big toe, although it can be in other places, and occasionally I would get it in the top of my foot. And I've read that some people can actually get it in a hand, although I never experienced that. The symptoms that I had were a lot of pain, swelling, and redness. And it was pretty obvious what it was once I'd experienced it a few times. The first time I found it or felt it, I thought I'd had a sports-related injury, but I realized pretty quickly that's not what was going on. So I didn't really want to go the medical route and get pharmaceuticals and be taking things for the rest of my life if I didn't have to. And so I wanted to look for a home remedy that would work. And I found two solutions, one short-term and one long-term. And let me talk about those, but I'm going to give you a quick disclaimer. I'm not a medical professional, so these are just things that worked on my body. So for the short-term solutions, the first thing I tried was baking soda. And I put 2 tablespoons in water in the morning, and I would drink that. And it, for me, didn't have any impact. And the theory of it is that baking soda is a base, and you're mixing that throughout your bloodstream with the uric acid, which is acidic, and it should neutralize. But I just didn't find that that was the case. The second solution I tried was cherries. Now, I had read that black cherries, if you eat a lot of them, there's something in that that will affect the uric acid and help. Once again, I ate a lot of cherries. I'm not sure that I had the black cherries. It just didn't do anything. The third solution was celery. And the first time I tried it, I sat down and ate a whole head of celery, and that worked, and it worked within a couple hours, and I would call it a 75% solution. It wasn't perfect, but it did dramatically help me. And the catch with that is after about 24 hours it wears off and you've got to do it again. So I did that for a few days, and then after that I was able to eat a little bit less and a little bit less, and eventually the gout went away. But the problem with that was I didn't change my diet, and a month or two later I would be right back in the same situation. And I did the celery routine again, it worked again, but once again I flipped back to it. So the root causes of gout are smoking, alcohol, meats, particularly red meats, and refined sugars. So, I had read that going to a vegan diet, particularly a raw vegan diet, obviously would eliminate all those factors, and I did so, and it helped. So the long-term solution is cutting down on cigarettes, alcohol, meats, particularly red meats, and refined sugars. The more raw fruits and vegetables you can eat, the better. They have an anti-inflammatory property, particularly vegetables that have rich colors, bright colors, greens, reds, it doesn't really matter, will particularly help. So the more fruits and vegetables you can eat, the less bad stuff, the better off you're going to be. And if you can really stick to it, the likelihood is that you can deal with gout, and it'll go away completely without any medication. So give it a try before you get medicated by a doctor.